You're listening to the Full Court Press with your host, Drew Duncan. Don't you dare touch that dial. Hey, Adrian, I did it. Le'Veon Bell. And me hitting that bag after that touchdown in Kansas City was no accident. Got penalized for it. I wanted everybody to know that, hey, I can really do that. But not really. Anybody who knows boxing is looking at my skills and going, oh, I can't really do it, you know? I'm Le'Veon Bell. I've tried rapping. Now I'm trying boxing. I'm thinking MMA career after this. You know, what do you think? You know? What do you think? What should I do? What should I do? Did you see Le'Veon Bell? That dude was like, in case you all thought that this was an accident, on his Instagram, a video of himself being a clear novice at boxing. It was so obvious that he is a novice that other people who have never fought a day in their life were knocking this kid. I mean, they were just in this man's face. Like, bro, you better stick to football. Man, I couldn't agree more. Tuck in that chin. What was with that stance? What was he doing? I mean, we all know that guy that would fight with like two hands up in the air, right? Just leaving himself wide open for everything. Yeah, that's Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell. Oh, man. You know, and the thing is we all know he's got the money to just go and hire a guy, make it look like, see, I've been training. I think it was a dumb penalty, too. It's violent. Oh, come on. If that was violent, okay, because Le'Veon Bell didn't have to prove anything to me. If people really thought that what he did was violent, then I'm going to ask all those people to just not watch football. Matter of fact, I'm going to ask all those people to not watch MMA, UFC, Bellator. I'm going to ask all those people to not go to your local fights. I'm going to ask all those people to forget that boxing ever existed. I don't want to hear you talk about any fighter ever. I don't. Why? Because if you think that what Le'Veon Bell did was too much, then you, sir or ma'am, just do not need to be watching any sport at all. Hell, you probably shouldn't even be watching tennis. See some of the skids that they take? Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon Bell's tried a lot of things, though, man. He's tried being a rapper, and he's not that good. The beats were tough, but that's pretty much all hip-hop today. The beats are always tough, and the lyrics are just that. See, back in my day, the beats were whack, but the lyrics were hard. And you've still got a few rappers out there that, you know, they can get it done. But generally right now, it's all this trap music versus the guy who's trying to be the ill lyricist. I mean, that's really what hip-hop is pretty much resorted to. There's not a lot of in-between going on right now. It's kind of what I saw. Like Le'Veon Bell was just kind of like the average Joe that's out there. He's nothing spectacular. The Cash Me Outside chick was better than Le'Veon Bell, keeping it real. Like, keeping it really real. The Cash Me Outside chick, twice as hard as Le'Veon Bell. Seriously. Like, check out this sample. Look.
First they gon' mention my age, then they gon' mention my race. Hit 4 million views in a day. They should admire the pace.
So I'm saying, like, that's actually, like, what could you expect? I mean, for a teenage kid, right, that everybody's made fun of, right, versus, okay, now, this is versus Le'Veon Bell in the rap game. Are you ready for this? Let's go.
Teens and back on the scene. I'm keeping them coming like I'm a machine. Can never be finished just like a machine. I got all these diamonds I'm making.
Well, that's impressive. Good job, Le'Veon. If you've seen the video that I posted on my fan page, Le'Veon Bell has zero thrust in the shoulder, no turn, no follow through. He's a tuck in that chin, loosen his stance. He's got to get a stance, to be honest with you. I mean, there were so many flaws that it wasn't even funny. And the guy that was working with him, you could tell was literally beyond frustrated. Like, he woke up in the morning and thought, oh, this is going to be fun. And then realized what he really had in Le'Veon Bell and was like, dude, I don't want to hang out with the Steelers anymore. Can I just go meet Big Ben? I mean, that's literally what the look said on his face. Like, you promised me Big Ben would be here. And he's not. And you told me you were decent. And you're not. You're terrible. I need somebody that I can work with. Por favor. Thank you and good night. Le'Veon Bell looks like right now, if he got into a ring, I'm pretty sure McGregor could take him in a boxing match. Dead serious. I'm pretty sure it'd be McGregor in 3. That's how I feel about it. I feel like maybe it'd be one of those fights where both guys are just looking for that one power punch. And McGregor being a little bit more slippery than Le'Veon Bell, it would go down in 3. All he's going to be doing is looking for that power shot, which he did not have. Horrible aim. Oh, my goodness. I mean, this is like horrific video to watch. Like, dude, sometimes I think Le'Veon needs attention, man. I really believe that about him sometimes. I'm like, dude, did you wake up this morning and not get enough attention? You just ran for over 170 yards on the Kansas City Chiefs defense, bro. I'm pretty sure you're going to be getting a lot of attention. Like, you don't really need to do any of this. And I'm pretty sure a good majority of fans are like, well, that's a dumb penalty. Nobody needed you to say, in case y'all thought that was a fluke, my celebration, here's a little something of me in the gym. Nobody, I could have lived the rest of my life without knowing that you would ever step foot in a boxing ring with that performance. And because I had to watch that, for those who didn't, I am now vocalizing my pain to you. I had to see it. You have to hear about it. That's all there is to it. How you like them apples? Right? See, that's how this works. I see cruddy news. I hear cruddy stories. I see great stories. I hear great news. I see a great performance, a bad performance. That's how this works, guys. And if something happens to get under my skin so bad that I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, why am I even talking about this? I have to talk about this because I had to see it, so now the rest of you do. Dude, just scroll past. Just scroll past. No, bro. It's Le'Veon Bell. I wasn't going to just scroll past. I had to give it a chance. I had to think to myself, all right, come on. Because at first I thought it was funny. I was like, all right, dude, I see you. Then I started watching it, and I'm like, this is ugly. This guy has literally no chance of doing anything after his career with boxing. I'm saying 0% chance. And if he tries, dude, there are nothing but knockouts, as in him getting knocked out in his future. Because there'd be no going pro. He might meet a couple of amateurs that he could, get lucky and maybe go the distance with, and the judges know who he is and give him a little bit of favor. But, dude, you get that right one to catch you, and you're done. We'll talk about snoozing before you hit the canvas. I don't think he'll ever be good enough to be in a Rocky movie. He'll never be a Rocky villain. He won't be that guy. Poor Le'Veon. He tried to be so cool. He's just one of those guys, man. He just, he tries too hard to fit in. I'm not here to judge. If you're like a loosey-goosey type of guy and, you don't take anything serious, which obviously I don't think he really does, it's cool. Like, I won't judge. But you ain't got to prove nothing to me, man. Nobody here on this side of the table thinks that was a cool penalty. I mean, if that was a demonstration of violence, then all sports need to go away. I mean, seriously, horse racing, track betting, it needs to go away. Have you ever seen a horse when it falls and collapses or gets tripped up or whatever? It's violent. It is seriously violent. That means every sport has to go away. Again, this is something that for some reason in baseball, in hockey, we accept it, but in football and basketball, There's just no room for that in the game, man. Says who? Get real, all right? Or, like Brett Favre when he used to do the little across the neck deal. They started penalizing him for that after a while. Why? The Undertaker used to do it, and we all watched wrestling back then. We all knew what he was getting at. It was the Undertaker's thing. We knew. And people who knew better talked to their children if it was really that big of a concern. I mean, if that's the case, we got to get rid of how many different TV shows. Can't play a lot of movies on television either because it's an act of violence, whether it's realistic or not. If it's on TV, it's probably not going to be too realistic. I mean, yeah, you got some things that happen on FX late at night with American Horror Story. But outside of that, we can't have any TV on, period. Because even if it's not the full effect, there's still acts of violence on television. Better take away video games because a lot of video games have acts of violence. We're just going to have to do away with it all. A lot of books have to go. They demonstrate acts of violence. Some of it is very nonsensical and sadistic. Give me a break. Act of violence. This is the Full Court Press. I am your host, Drew Duncan. We're live from the K-Sun Studios in Wichita, Kansas. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at DrewDuncan83. You can listen to me live all day, every day at KSunRadio.org. It's KSUNRadio.org. We're going to take a quick sponsor break. When we come back on the flip side, there is a lot more show to get to. Cavs, Celtics, we're going to talk about it right after this. Don't you dare touch that dial.